And they're coming around the corner. Yes, they are. Here we go. And they'll be back in about a minute or two, I think is what I'm timing them at, whatever all the various spots they go to. All right. It's a pretty beautiful day in St. Louis right now. 76 degrees. Not too sunny. It's overcast, so a little humid. Lots of parties going on, front lawns because of the bike race. This is an annual event here in St. Louis. It goes around the city parks. And they'll be back. All the racers will be back in probably, I can give you a heads up, but maybe a minute. They have to go more than just around. They have to go more than just around the park because it seems to take them longer. But maybe it takes that long to go around the park. I'm not really sure. We'll see. All right. Getting ready for a big day. I'll let you know when I hear the lead car coming. You can get ready for all the racers to come by. We're here in Francis Park in St. Louis. Francis Park is in St. Louis City. It's technically in St. Louis Hills, which is a neighborhood in St. Louis City. The park is named for, I believe, David Francis, who was a president in Washington University and also headed the great. And here they come. The racers are coming. Right now, the lead car in Audi. You'll see in a second. They'll be coming around. I'll try to turn the camera as they go by to the left. Seems to be a little more separation, but once they get around this turn, it seems like there's just a chunk of people. So they're not as talkative as they were in the first round. So Francis Park is where we're at. It's named after a former president of Washington University here in St. Louis, and he also was the head of the World's Fair in 1904. So back in the day, kind of a big name. St. Louis Hills, where we're at right now, at Francis Park. Just so you know, we're waiting for the racers. It's about every 2 to 3 minutes. I should really time it that they come around the park. But St. Louis Hills, where the park's at, it's Francis Park. It used to be sort of swampy back in the day, and there weren't, 100 years ago, there was nothing here really. It was hunting land. So, like in the 30s or 40s, I think they started to build some houses and put in streets. All right, so we're waiting back on the runners or the racers. It's got to be 3 minutes, right? I'll give you a heads up when I hear them coming again. Then you just have sort of people racing on their own. Doesn't really matter where I go because it still takes them 3 to 4 minutes to get around you. but you can hear the car before it goes. All right. Here comes the lead car. This must be the final lap. I hear a bell. I think they have races throughout the entire day, so here comes the lead car. Here comes the racers. Now they're talking a little bit, so something's going on. All right, here comes the racers. Here comes the lead car. All right, very exciting. Here we go. 5 to go. 5 laps to go. All right. Okay. Well, I don't know if you just joined us, but you just missed the racers, and it'll be about 3 minutes until they come back. It takes about, I guess, 3 minutes to go around the park, which seems longer than it should, but it's about the park. They race around Francis Park in St. Louis, and the park is about 1.1 mile square. It's pretty square. It's hilly. It's got some hills, not anything gigantic. I run it a lot. So I guess it takes some 3 minutes to go around the park. But for some reason, I get the feeling maybe part of the race goes outside of the park area. So I'm not 100% sure, but it's about every 3 minutes they race. So big doings. So if you hold on for like another 2 minutes, hopefully you'll see the racers. And I guess it's some sort of time trials because as the day lingers on, more and more people will have parties on their front lawn. Because as you can see over here, there's houses with chairs and all kinds of things. Pavilions, those temporary pavilion kind of things, overheads. So they'll be having parties tonight. And I think tonight or later on, it'll be much more crowded than it is now. But it's kind of nice just having a front row seat. And the lead car is coming, so in about a minute, you're gonna see the racers come by. It's about, I guess it's not, maybe it's not every 3 minutes, maybe it's every 2 minutes they come around. Here they come, followed by the lead car, or the lead car they follow the lead car rather, and then there's a motorcycle at the end. There's 4 more laps to go on this race. We just had a wipeout. Oh, I wish I would have got that on camera. We had a bunch of racers just wipe out just now. If you can see them down there, they'll be coming up. Hopefully nobody's hurt too bad. Maybe I should go on the curbs. Yeah, I'll move down there. Maybe I can get another wipeout. Because they are coming down a hill there and making a left turn. All right, so a little excitement. Let me move the camera onto my, because I'm going to be walking. And it's not fun with the walking and carrying the camera. So let me get my device here. And yeah, here we go. All right. All right, I'm going to switch cameras real quick We just saw a wipeout, but I was way far away, so I'm going to move closer to where they wiped out. So maybe I'll get it on the next lap. And remember, it's every 2 laps that, or it's every 2 minutes that we get a lap. I'm sorry about this right now. I'm just switching over to my handheld. Right, we're going to go down to the corner. Maybe we can check out another wipeout. I know that sounds really bad. Right, if you just joined us, we're moving locations for the event. As you can see, the racers go around the park here. The park is about some people say it's 1 mile. I believe it's technically 1.1 mile. They go on the outside, so it might even be 1.2 around. There's about 3 laps to go. They race about every 2 minutes, so it takes them about, I guess, 2 minutes. Here they come again. I'll try to get it on my handheld here, but they race about, they go around about every 2 minutes. So here they come right now. You can hear the bells, and here's the lead car, the Audi. They'll be coming around here. We'll just see what we have coming around. Here they come right now. All right. And we got some guys back in the pack. I think some of those guys were the ones that wiped out on the last trip around at this very corner. So we're going to set up here so maybe we can get another wipeout. I know that sounds really bad, but why not, right? That's the motorcycle. I'll set up here on the... All right, so at least we have some life here. We have some people doing some things. Wasn't as static as our last location. Oh, darn it. Sorry about that. That really... I didn't mean to do that, guys. All right. All right, let me get out of this, put it back in the tripod. It's going to be a little haywire here. Okay, we are right here. Well, there's a way. Can I zoom in? All right. Just trying to get a flat surface here. Okay, so we already saw one. Here's some stray racers. Okay, so we are, as I mentioned earlier, we're in St. Louis. We're in St. Louis City, in a neighborhood called St. Louis Hills. And the racers go around a park named Francis Park, as I've said about 3 times to various groups of people. It's named after David Francis, who was president of Washington University here in St. Louis. Here comes the racers. All right, here comes the racers. Good timing. We're here because this is where it wipes out sometimes. Here they come. I gotta get across the street.
That's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. You good?
All right, we're in a much better location now.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we have a great location. Hopefully my camera won't get crushed. They have pillows on the trees. All right, I'm looking forward to the next lap. It's about every 2 minutes. Looks like somebody did get injured from the wipeout that was here at the corner. So that's unfortunate. I mean, you hate to have someone train for something and then not be able to do it because of a wipeout, but it's kind of par for the course, right? All right, as I said, we're in St. Louis. We're outside of Francis Park in St. Louis City, where they have the Gateway Cup. They actually race around a number of parks, I believe mostly all in the city. We're actually in front of a church. Here comes some racers. I'm not really, they might be behind. Some racers were behind because they wiped out and they never really caught back up to the pack. But I think this is a good angle. If there's anything sexy like another wipeout, we'll probably see it. Here comes some straggling riders. At least we got a little more action. Where we were earlier was pretty boring. All right. We should have some riders coming by in about a minute. Here's some, like I said, here's some stragglers coming around. Here comes the lead car, so we'll be having racers soon. Right here. Here they come. Last lap, everybody. Last lap. Here we go. There they go. And then we won't see them again for 2 minutes. So you almost need multiple cameras for an event like this. I'm gonna try to move a little bit. Maybe I can get them on camera longer if I just scoot back a little bit. Might even end up going up to the church. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna give me a very good angle. All right. Yeah, bikes were down. We're not doing political stuff. I'm sure those guys aren't listening anymore, but yeah. Bikes were down. Good time. No one's online, but maybe someone is. I don't know. Well, we have some straggler riders coming in. They cut the corner here. They turn tight and then they kind of go wide. Here's the motorcycle that shows it's the last people, but I think since the bikes went down, I think this guy went down earlier, so maybe he's just not. I'm not really sure. There was a crash earlier. Unfortunately, I wasn't in this position to get it. It happened right at this corner, but I was about 100 yards further back, so I didn't get a good angle of it. But at least we have some crowds growing here finally. And there's not really a great spot to do this effectively. Oh, that was the last lap. So what is this? Oh, I think this is just people finishing up because that was the last lap. So there'll be another race in just a little bit of time. Yeah, that's the motorcycle that follows the last people. Keep going, keep going. That's the official. And then there's someone else called the commissaire or something that follows them too. So I think that was it. That was the last lap that we saw. So my guess is there'll be another race shortly. I don't know how quickly they go off, but we'll be watching some people getting ready for the race and maybe some stragglers still trying to finish up. I'm not really sure where everything is. That guy obviously took a spill. His knee was bleeding. I mean, when you're going as fast as they're going, and they're going fast, when you spill, you spill. Like, there's no coming back from that. Here we go.
It's flat. Can you tell me?
Looks like these are guys just probably done with their race and cooling down, or they might be preparing for the next one. I'm just trying to get a good angle. It looks like it's... Look, I live around here, and I just picked up my camera, and I came down to live stream it. So... But it looks like there's... You know, it's like a co-ed event. I think there were earlier some people who spoke in some foreign languages, so people might have actually traveled to come here too, because there was a period of time that the state of Missouri had a statewide bike race, like it was like the Tour of Missouri or the something like that. So, but then of course government funding ran out on that, or they didn't want to fund it anymore, or something ridiculous, so that did not happen anymore. But all right, well, I guess until I know that another race is... Well, you know what? There's a woman right here in a yellow jersey. If she starts raising that flag, yeah, we'd be off to another race. That's the symbol right there. So the racers you're looking at now are stragglers, or they're either cooling down or getting ready for a race. But she has her flag up. If she starts waving it, that means the race is underway. So I think they're just following up from the last race, because I think people got behind. All right. I won't feed. I'll just keep going. We're in between races right now. The racers you do see are, as I keep saying, they're either warming up or cooling down, depending upon if they've raced already or if they're about to race. And the group itself, the amount of people watching this is slowly getting bigger. It's not huge yet, but as night falls and the day goes on, there'll be people having parties on their front lawn and all that. So it's pretty much a big deal here in this neighborhood. We're in St. Louis, in a neighborhood called St. Louis Hills. We're outside of Francis Park. That's what the racers are racing around, Francis Park, which is approximately 1.1 miles around. It takes the racers 2 minutes or so, give or take. I don't have it down by like the millisecond or anything, but it's about every 2 minutes they do a lap around us. And I have to vamp and talk. I mean, I could be silent, I guess, if someone told me to be silent, but anyway. Earlier we did have a crash. That was like, I hate to say it, because it means someone was hurt. A couple of people got hurt, but one person was hurt to the point that I don't think they could race anymore. But that was exciting. I mean, because we live in America and we like that kind of stuff. But there was a little excitement. But you always hate to see someone crash, because they put in a lot of work and effort to get where they are, and you hate to see their day finished by a crash that more than likely was not even their fault. But anyway, you'll see some racers around. Like I said, they're either getting ready or they will be cooling down. Our flag person there in the bright yellow has not done anything with her flag. We're watching for her because once she starts raising her flag or waving her flag, well, specifically waving her flag, that means that there are racers. Raising her flag seems to mean that they're following the racers. Actually, I'm not really sure because when one was waving their flag, the race was going on, but they seemed to be finishing up a race with some of the people who were slower or got into the accident. She just held up the flag, so I'm not sure about the difference. She's raising the flag because there's someone on the course, so I guess that's what that means. Maybe when she waves it, an actual race is underway. That's just the fire department because they need to be here in case there's another crash. All right. We're in between races right now. I can't imagine it's going to be much longer, right? Let's see if we can get we're in between races right now, so I'm keeping the stream going rather than having 18 different streams, but I'm getting the feeling that maybe if there's a lot of distance, time that is, between races, maybe let's just scout for a different area so we're completely out of the way. Although I don't think that's possible. Yeah, we're not gonna see anything here. Oh, you can walk.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want that tree in the way. I could go to the street, but I like to be on the corner because I know that there is a little bit of danger to the corner. I know that sounds brutal, but on the last race there was a wipeout there. Let me go back down to where I was. I guess these church steps really don't help me. Well, let me go over here real quick. Of course, the church will probably kick me off anyway, but if I could walk. Can I get in there? I could get that. That would be kind of cool, and I would be above everyone, and I'm out of the way. Because actually where I was earlier, it was kind of crazy because I was in front of the pads on the trees, which meant that I might be in the line of fire, and I didn't really want to lose, well, I didn't want to ruin my camera. Let me raise this up, get over this stupid bush. Okay, Our Lady in the yellow. It looks like something's starting. Here we go. I don't know if he's just, yeah, here we go, here we go. Here they come. All right, we're back into it. Cool, finally. All right, so that was about 10 minutes. Good job. I'll get a little bit closer. I know where to position the camera now. All right, so that was the first lap of this race, and we'll see the racers again in about 2 minutes. So unfortunately, I'll try to be, well, fortunately, I'll try to be silent for 2 minutes. I'm sure you don't want to listen to me talk for 2 minutes. At this corner though, I'm set up here because in the earlier race I was covering, there was a wipeout, so there was a little excitement, but all right. The racer should be coming around in maybe just a little bit over a minute, and they'll be right at this position. So, and it's kind of nice to see more and more people coming out for this. When I started about 30 minutes ago, there was half the people around here, but once I hear the lead car, sometimes I can hear like a cowbell. I guess it's one of the cheers is a cowbell. So you can hear them coming around, which is kind of nice. All right, what are we at now? Under a minute? Yeah. Hopefully we'll be seeing them in under a minute here, because I know that to do this effectively, you need a live stream with 2 cameras. I don't have that, so I apologize, but the most I can show you is sort of their turn here every 2 minutes. Hey, Footballer Nick's here. That's awesome. Hey, Footballer Nick, glad to have you on board, buddy. We're just watching a bike race that's literally 2 blocks away from my house in St. Louis, around a park called Francis Park here in St. Louis. It's called the Gateway Cup. And unfortunately, I only have 1 camera, but about every 2 minutes, the racers come around. Okay, she's waving her orange flag, which means they're coming. All right, I can see the lead car. So here we come. And this is an exciting corner because it's downhill and they got to go to their left. Well, they always go to their left, but there was a wipeout in the earlier race. So let's see and hope everything goes well here. All right. All right. Seems to be going smooth. Good job. All right. And then you have the guy on the motorcycle who follows the slowest racer. All right. Then we wait 2 minutes. Now, I can stop talking if you want me to. I'll be silent for a while because usually I talk too much in between in between each lap. I somehow take some time. And then you got kids who are obviously racers themselves, as you can see, with bikes that are probably more than my car. Well, not more than my car, but you could probably buy a decent used car for a 16-year-old kid with the price of one of those bikes. But all right, so we have what, a little over a minute maybe for the next lap, something like that. I keep forgetting that I promised to shut my mouth. All kinds of movement. And you have random people driving. All right. We should be getting close to another lap here. You know, you forget how fast they can go. Because this corner that I have the camera on, it's a downhill and they go to their left. And they're going, I don't know, 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, maybe a little bit more. They got to be going in the 20s, 25 to 35, I would guess. I don't have any sort of clock on them, obviously, but, you know, they're basically keeping up with a car at this point because the speed limit, I think, is 30 miles an hour. All right. Okay, the racers are coming. I can see the lead car again. And she's waving the flag in the background, so that means they're coming. That means stay out of the raceway. Here they come after the Audi. And here comes the racers. Round the turn. I mean, they're going pretty fast. I mean, that's remarkable. 20, 25 maybe? Yeah. That was a clean turn. And so we wait another 2 minutes. Yeah, people make a whole day of this. There's parties on front lawns around the park. The houses that face the park, there's parties at night, and this goes on pretty much all day. And you got a couple stragglers. When she has it raised up, that means, you know, there's a straggler coming through. As I mentioned earlier, Missouri used to have a Tour de Missouri or Tour of Missouri race that was somewhat getting popular in the racing community. I mean, they would get people from, I believe, across the globe, definitely across the country. And then as everything governmental goes, they did not want to fund it anymore. But I always thought it was a good sort of point of pride, and then also maybe a convention and visitors bureau kind of thing, because they would have races. I think they even had a race near here, or it went through here. So, you know, they would race, you know, in St. Louis for a day, and they would race in Columbia, Missouri for a day, and Springfield for a day, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, that was pretty exciting, but they haven't had that for at least 5 years, if not close to 10. So this is just called the Gateway Cup, which is more of a local gateway, the Gateway Arch. That's sort of St. Louis's nickname. But there are some people, I think, that are from other areas of the country that race here, and there might even be some people from out of the country, because I did hear some of the racers speaking in a foreign language, but maybe they just didn't want anyone to hear what they were saying. I don't know. Looks like the lead car is coming, so we're gonna hear of the racers coming back again. Yep, here comes the black Audi. The racers are coming around the corner again right now. Good timing. Here they come. They'll be in as, there you go. All right. Yep. And they're going pretty fast. I mean, 20, 25 miles an hour is my guess. Yeah, they're not going 30 miles an hour. 20, 25. And what's interesting about this corner is that it's downhill and they make a left. So they're picking up speed as they go. And there was a wipeout earlier that I saw. All right, well, I think I'm gonna end the stream here.